Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank, where I climb the online VGC 19 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. Last time we featured this Mewtwo Tapu Lele Gravity team that Baz Anderson created to place first at one of the regional championships over in Europe, so I think I'm going to play another episode with it, maybe one more after this, we'll see. Like I mentioned, my plan up until Sword and Shield coming out in just under 2 months now, which is super exciting, is basically posting a Road to Ranked every couple of days or so. I mean, personally, for me at this point, I've never really been too invested into VGC 19. I never really got very good at it either, so I feel like we're all kind of just waiting for Sword and Shield. But of course, there are still a lot of cool teams being used in 2019, and Ultra Series is actually going to be the competitive VGC format up until January anyway, so there's still, I think, some value to doing these videos, of course, just for me to still learn a bit, especially if I'm commentating any future tournaments, and also just have some fun along. So yeah. Looking forward to it. As always, if you guys enjoy, please share support by leaving a like. I'd really appreciate it. And once again, go check out Baz and this team because it's really cool. Anyway, first game of the day featuring a lot of interesting stuff. My first comment is there's only one restricted Pokemon in Rayquaza. But when Wolf Glick won the international championships in North America, he was like, yeah, Celesteela is basically my second restricted Pokemon. So I guess who needs a second restricted when you have Celesteela? But then there's also a lot of interesting stuff. I mean, there's the Oranguru, which like hasn't really seen too much use in VGC after its initial appearance back when Sun and Moon first came out. And then there's a Gothitelle with the Snorlax, which feels like a very kind of 2017-esque combination. Not that that was even too common as a pair, but the Pokemon themselves specifically. Or I should say 2018 as well. Not 2017. So, yeah, lots of interesting stuff. I mean, Groudon just sweeps through everything here. I have to worry about Trick Room. I have to worry about Belly Drum Lax. Yeah, I kind of want to just set up Gravity and go from there. I don't think Togedemaru is really that great here. I'm actually running out of time. Gengar. Why Gengar Lele? Gengar Mewtwo, Groudon, and Lele. Alright, let's try that out. The goal should be to just get up Gravity as quickly as possible, and then sweep with Groudon. So that's what we're going to try to set ourselves up for. I don't really know what to expect from my opponent's team, given that there is only one restricted Pokemon, and Rayquaza isn't really too big of a threat against this team, because everything outspeeds it pretty much. Not everything, but like both the Gengar and the Mewtwo do, and can just pressure it offensively. So it's a Oranguru and Gothitelle. Okay, well, I mean, the upside here is that my opponent's not really threatening with too much offense, but the downside is that Gengar actually is kind of weak to these psychic type attacks. So the question is, what's Trick Rooming on my opponent's end right now? Is anything even Trick Rooming? Presumably so. Because I can just go for, like, I'm going to Mega Evolve. I'm thinking of just Z Gravitying. I don't even need Z Gravity, I guess. I can just regular Gravity and Hypnosis. Yeah. Trick Room might go up, but at what cost, right? Actually, I kind of want a Z Gravity still. Focus Blast is actually pretty good in this matchup. Especially against Oranguru and Snorlax. And, of course, the way this team is built is that the Mewtwo is faster than Gengar, so Z-Gravity will always go first. Just by 1 speed point, which is really cool. The reason I'm targeting the Goth here is because it can switch out. Whereas Oranguru can't, and I don't think Oranguru is that big of a threat right now to me. So, we'll see how this plays out. I mean, these are both Trick Room users, so it's kind of weird to see both of them come out immediately. Also, with Goth falling asleep here, if Trick Room doesn't go up, like, I can just Hex that slot guaranteed next turn for a knockout. Although, I guess you can switch out, because you can switch out of the Shadow Tag. What the heck is going on? Is he Trick Room? No. Is he Psychic? Wow, okay. Into Gengar, I'm sure. Yeah, clearly I put the wrong thing to sleep. I mean, that's fine. I just really didn't think... Wow. Okay. Psychium Z Oranguru. Okay. Well, Groudon can come out now. Might be better just to attack instead of swords dancing, though. As much as I want to swords dance, I am kind of on a timer with Gothitelle. Because Oranguru here could Trick Room, right? So, I mean, does my opponent click double Trick Room? That's kind of risky. I really do kind of want to swords dance here, to be honest. Wow, Z Oranguru. What the heck? Might be better just to attack here. Yeah, especially because Rayquaza is the main means of offense on my opponent's team. So I'm just going to focus Blast Precipice Blades, which won't miss because of the gravity. Looks like Goth's actually going either for like Helping Hand, maybe Ally Switch, but or Protect obviously as well. Any of those options. Yeah, it's so nice to be able to use these attacks without worrying about them missing because they are very high or lowly accurate attacks. Anyway, I just get Z Oranguru. I mean, that's super interesting. And what is that? Citrus Goth? Wow. Interesting. Well, if Rayquaza is on this team, which it has to be, yeah, you have to bring it out here. Which makes me kind of worried, because it could just go for, like, a Helping Hand. If Goth wakes up and goes for a Helping Hand, that could be really scary. Is there any point in protecting, though? Because if target's the wrong one, I think it's better just to attack here anyway. Although I guess my Gothitelle answers are actually really sketch now because I don't have Gengar. Okay, so it's Mega Rayquaza. Maybe I should have protected Groudon, because if it is Helping Hand that my opponent was going for, the best play is the Helping Hand Dragon Ascent into Groudon. I'm not even sure that knocks out, though, unless it's Ban Rayquaza. Let's see. Oh no, I was just going for Protect. That's fine then, unless this has Waterfall or Water Pulse. See how much +1 Side Strike does. Wow, that's really strong. Oh, Earthquake. Okay. That's fine. We should survive with both, unless it crits Groudon. Yeah, we're fine. Weird, man. Yeah, Oranguru Goth is like not a lead you go up against and be like, wow, I'm like in a lot of offensive danger right now. Like at worst, I was expecting a Psychic to come out from 1, so perhaps I played a little too loosely with my Gengar. But I don't really regret the play that I made. Snorlax is the last one, yeah. I mean, my opponent here just protected with Gothitelle, so I can just Precipice Blades here. I'm wondering if +1 Side Strike plus Precipice Blades will be able to knock out Goth. Might be better just to not target Snorlax though. Okay, how do I lose this? Yeah, Snorlax protects and Gothitelle sets up Trick Room. If that happens and I don't knock out Goth, then what can happen next turn? Snorlax can't knock out either immediately anyway. So I think I should still be fine, especially with Focus Blast on me too. So I think it's safer just to still launch a Focus. I mean, Goth just protected last turn. I think Side Strike probably does enough. At +1. So I'll just double down into Goth. Well, or that can happen. Nice. Big brain plays. Yeah, that also covers for the Ally Switch option. Which, yeah, so Snorlax eats its berry, but now it can't Belly Drum after the Precipice Blades. Yeah, Gravity was huge in this game, though. I mean, it basically allowed me to use these really powerful attacks without worrying about them missing. Actually, Snorlax hangs out with just a sliver of HP. But both are in Precipice Blades KO range, obviously, at this point. So, yeah. Definitely hard when you only have one restricted Pokemon. Yeah, I mean, my opponent doesn't have a way to avoid the Precipice Blades, and Snorlax can't sweep through everything, so that should be game. Snorlax is actually a really interesting Pokemon, though, because it actually made a pretty decent splash at the World Championships this year. Aaron Trailer got top 16 at the World Championships with it, and Wolf Glick used the same team and was just one game away from making top cut at Worlds with the Snorlax team as well. So that was like Lunala, Snorlax. There was a lot of cool stuff on that team. And then there were a bunch of other really notable players that also were all using like the same Snorlax set. Like Gavin Michaels is one who actually played with it on stream, I believe. So it is really interesting. It's one of those Pokemon that, like, I don't know, can like either just win you games or is just absolutely useless in games. But in a format like this, it's kind of cool because, you know, obviously it was super, super good in previous formats for VGC. And then this year, obviously, it's kind of tough bringing a lot of these non-restricted Pokemon into the matchup. But Snorlax, should it be able to set up, can just, you know, get one-hit KOs on a lot of different things. But next team today, another Rayquaza, but this time there's a Palkia, which is really cool, as well as a Weavile and a Togekiss. So this really feels like VGC 2010. Like, yeah, if you don't have Incineroar and Stack Attack Code, that looks exactly like something I'd expect to see from 2010. Although, not like that was a really common team archetype to begin with. So once again, I mean, Groudon is just so good, but it has to worry about the airlock from Rayquaza, because then Palkia can just go for a water type attack into it, which can be pretty scary. The upside is that I should still be faster with Gengar and Mewtwo. I'm actually thinking about Togedemaru in this matchup, which is so weird to say. The scary thing, though, is that my opponent has Trick Room and Tailwind with Togekiss and Stack Attacka. And Palkia potentially as a Trick Room user, so I don't really know. I mean, definitely bringing Groudon. Would be silly not to bring in Mewtwo, I suppose. Do I not bring in... I mean, Lele is so good against the restricteds. I have to bring that, right? And for terrain. But that means I keep Gengar on the bench. But maybe that's okay. Maybe Gengar's actually not that great for me here. He does get to lock things in, though, but... I want to try something new. I want to try Togedemaru Mewtwo with Groudon and... maybe Gengar over Lele would have been better. I don't know. This team is really hard to use, in my opinion, if you're not Baz. Like, Baz is such a creative team builder, and he builds teams that are very specific to kind of how he plays. I know he's used to playing, which is a testament to just how good of a player he is, especially with very unique team archetypes. It's Palkia and Togekiss. Okay. Surely Tailwind comes out here. I mean, you have the Tailwind option, and you have the Trick Room option, which is terrifying. It's really annoying, actually. I mean, I really can't see Palkia protecting here, while Togekiss just Tailwinds. So I kind of want to double up into... Because if I double up into Palkia, then Groudon can really just sweep through. Like, if anything, I expect, I guess, a Rage Powder, and then maybe a... what was I going to say? Maybe a Trick Room. But I'm actually going to Super Fang and Z into Palkia. At worst, I expect Togekiss to... Or not Rage Powder, follow me. But Togekiss is protecting. Hopefully Palkia isn't protecting. Wow. Called my bluff. I mean, also that blows a Fake Out, I guess. So... That's a nice play. But also important to note that Togekiss is actually slower. I thought Palkia was going to attack there because it wasn't protecting. But I think I really had to go on the offense there. Just too many means of speed control. I mean, yeah, I don't even know if I can get a knockout on either now next turn. That was nicely played on my opponent's end. That being said, a Trick Room going up... actually, this is max speed Groudon, so I presume Palkia will be faster than Groudon under Trick Room. Okay. I expect Togekiss to just follow me. Once again, I want to double up into Palkia, but I think a Follow Me should come out. But I guess Follow Me Trick Room is in the worst case, because I actually don't even expect Super Fang and Side Strike to get the knockout. Maybe I should Gravity instead. I actually do want a Gravity to set up Groudon here. Yep, follow me. Okay, that's alright. We should... I mean, Palkia could be like Waterium Z or Dragon Z as well. But I don't mind this too much. Yeah. Shouldn't have blown my Z move turn 1, I guess, but... Yep, there's Trick Room. Okay. awkward spot to be in. I want to chip a little bit more at Palkia, ideally, so that it's in Precipice Blade's KO range. I mean, I could protect Mewtwo this turn, and bring out Lele. Do I protect or do I just attack? That's the question. Because Mewtwo could get doubled up into. I'm playing it safe and protecting here, but my opponent, as Togekiss actually switches out, is into Rayquaza. Okay, so this puts Lele actually now in a really interesting spot. Depends on what item the Palkia has. I expect it to be Z, but it also could be buried. What a weird game. It's cool though, I really like my opponent's team. If Palkia blows an attack into Mewtwo here, this is a great turn for us. But he called it. That's a really nice play. It's a tough one to make too. Dang. I just really thought, because like Mewtwo exerts so much pressure there, like you just kind of have to double down on it. Okay. Now my opponent can choose to just Dragon Ascent Mewtwo and target down Lele. I think I have to just stall out this Trick Room right now. Yeah, attacking Palkia with Side Strike. I was so tempted to do that, but I thought Togekiss could also stay in and you could just double up into Mewtwo with an Air Slash Spatial Rend. And I just thought like Togedemaru was exerting like no pressure there. But I guess it's like it has to switch out because you know it's Scarfed. Wow. Jesus. He's been making some really good calls. Although I guess because the Rayquaza didn't Dragon Ascent, that ends up being a relatively safe play, actually. It's probably a double up into that slot. Also, I didn't expect Hydro Pump just to get the one-hit KO. I think I have to bring out Mewtwo here. Palkia Rayquaza, man. I was not expecting this to really sweep through, but maybe Gengar would have been a better option, like as a lead. There's still 2 turns of Trick Room. How do I get out of this? It's not looking great. I definitely needed to play a Gengar-centered game. Especially with Togekiss on my opponent's team. It's just the Weavile that kind of scared me off. But it was not great to not bring Gengar here. I mean, Palkia is the threat. I just really wish I Side Strike that turn. I don't think I can afford protecting this turn. He's also been reading into all my protects. Alright. So the question is whether we can survive a Dragon Ascent, I guess. If we can, then we're still in this, actually. It actually Swords Dance, but that actually still keeps us in it too, I guess. Because we don't take any damage here. Although, I don't know if Side Strike is knocking out the Palkia here. Wow. Well, that's very unfortunate. I think we lose now. I think our opponent's got us pinned, unless, for some reason, it's not Sash, Rayquaza. But the speeds should work out in this way. Palkia should be the fastest, Groudon the second fastest, then Rayquaza, then Mewtwo. And Palkia can obviously just threaten me with Hydro Pump. Kind of force the double protect. I don't think I have an out here, honestly. Because of how awkward the speeds are. Because there's no way the Togekiss was faster than Groudon. And Gravity runs out. Yeah, we needed the knockout on Palkia there to give us a shot. But I also needed to just bring Gengar into this matchup. Togedemaru, unfortunately, was not as great as I thought it could have been. But I don't really know what that lead was supposed to accomplish on my end, to be honest. Yeah, there's no way around this, is there? I guess the one chance... Actually... I was gonna say the one chance is Gravity ends after this turn. No, but then I can't hit Rayquaza with Groudon. Yeah, I don't think I have an out. Yeah, my opponent just made really nice calls back to back though, like calling both protects and switch outs, which I guess were relatively obvious, but still nicely done. It's hard to play aggressive with this team. Like, if Trick Room goes up, it's just bad news. Wow, that was a little unnecessary, I think, but... Because if Mewtwo side strikes there, I guess it doesn't make a difference even if side strike goes into Rayquaza. Now... But I don't get the point of the second... I guess it covers for really bulky Groudon. Still hope for a Hydro Pump miss, I guess. I don't think I have an out like I was saying anyway, though. Palkia hanging on with just a little bit of HP made this very difficult to win. How would I have played this differently? I mean, Togekiss Palkia's elite, I guess I go Gengar, but those Hydro Pumps just did so much damage. And Rayquaza protects. It's just a double protect. Okay, yeah, stalling out terrain. Sure. Which I guess makes sense for the second Sword Dance thing, because then maybe you can just E-speed the Mewtwo. But I'm sure that's sashed Rayquaza. Yeah, terrain disappears, and I can just click E-speed. Makes sense. Yeah, it's really tough to go up against Trick Room with this team. You basically can't let it go up, I think. If you do, you're basically just flipping coins every turn. At best. Okay, our out is Rayquaza for some reason extreme... Whoa, that's interesting. Okay, I guess just flexing for a 4-0. Yeah, I guess you always Dragon Ascent Groudon here. I don't know, it just seems a little, like, had I side-strict the Rayquaza? We'll see who Dragon Ascent goes into and protected one of the two. I guess you should always target down Mewtwo, though. But switching out there seems a little risky. Right, yeah, I mean, I could have protected Groudon, side-striked the Rayquaza, and then side-strike Precipice Blades, but I guess if Stakataka had Shuka Berry, or Wide Guard, and both are pretty common, then I didn't really have an out there. So, yeah, I think my opponent was so far ahead, it was going to be difficult to have won this one. Yeah, that was tricky. Really cool use of Palkia, honestly. Like, there are plays I regret. I don't think any of them were, like, overtly bad. It was just like my opponent had a great lead and ran away with it. Yeah, well played, honestly. I mean, not bringing Gengar was tough. I think Gengar probably would have added some value because, like, thing is, let's see, if I leave like Mewtwo Gengar, then I can at least Gravity Hypnosis stuff. I think Palkia just being Trick Room and being super slow also really hurt because it meant like Groudon couldn't come in safely because the Rayquaza threat is always super imminent. But I think I just needed to cover the option of Trick Room a little bit better, quite frankly. I think maybe Mewtwo Gengar is a fine lead there with Groudon, and I mean Lele just taking all that damage was just super bad as well. But yeah, this team is just so speedy. Anyway, I'll play a third game. I want to get some more games in. This one is Kyogre and Necrozma. Okay, just an interesting combination. There is a Lele this time around, so I'm actually thinking of bringing the Togedemaru. Groudon's gonna be essential. There's the threat of Trick Room again with Stakataka, and even Necrozma. Not sure how to really best counter Trick Room with this team. Mewtwo and Gengar really doesn't seem too bad though. Here, Groudon. I mean, Toge's used for Scarf Lele specifically, but would my opponent just lead that? Maybe, actually. I mean, I could go Togedemaru instead of Mewtwo. Like, Toge Mewtwo, Toge Gengar, Mewtwo Groudon. Just to cover for Scarf Lele, because Gengar is pretty good. And I can Z Hypnosis stuff. Alright, let's try it out. Last game was not a great demonstration of Togedemaru. Togedemaru on this team is so interesting because it's like, it can be so useless, but also so good. Scarf Togedemaru is also just a really interesting call in general. So I guess I'm hoping my opponent leads Lele and let it Scarf, because then I can just threat him with Iron Head immediately. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, there's Lele and a Necrozma. I guess that's actually pretty ideal then. Okay. Surely it's Scarfed. I mean, I'm thinking of Mega Aim protecting and Iron Heading the Lele. The thing is, if my opponent knows this team, then you always switch out the Lele. I could just attack here as well. I'm gonna go full offense this turn. Alright, Lele doesn't switch out. Okay, that's good. Okay. Nice! Let's go, Scarf Togedemaru. Okay, this might be a Trick Room coming up, though. Just an Earth Power. Into Togedemaru. Oh, boy. That's so good. That is so good. Because we have the trap in now, too. So you can just bring out Mewtwo. Oh. Togedemaru did what it needed to. Salaman's coming out, okay. I mean, don't I just Z Salamence and Hex the Necrozma and win? It looks like the roll is close on Necrozma though, that's a scary thing. But I think that's fine, yeah? Okay, so it Ultra Burst, that's fine. Yeah, that's why Togedemaru is on this team, so you can snipe the Scarf Leles that try to snipe the Gengars. Okay. Oh, unless the Necrozma now hangs on from the Hex. Oh, I should have considered that a little bit more. I don't know about this one. Yeah, we'll see if it hangs on. I should have targeted more aggressively. But the thing is, if I double up until the Necrozma, Salamence could just Tailwind, so I feel like this is still probably my best bet. This does a really good amount of damage still. Alright, we'll see if this gets the knockout. Okay, we're good. Nice. Because now we win the Weather War, which is huge. As I'm sure Kyogre's the last one, yeah. Perfect. So how do I want to approach this? Might be better to switch into Gengar or switch into Groudon, because I think my opponent's best play is to maybe go for a double with Salamence. I'll outspeed Salamence. Psystrike should just knock it out in that range. So I think we just switch into Groudon and Psystrike Salamence. If my opponent doesn't get the double, we get the knockout, and that's game over. If my opponent gets it, Kyogre doesn't threaten us offensively either way. Glad Togedemaru redeemed itself after that first game, though. Although it's not even its fault in that first game. Like, that wasn't the problem. The problem was... I wonder if that was, like, Lustrious or Palkia, because Hydro Pump just did so much damage to me, which I really didn't expect. And it didn't have a berry. Nor did it go for a Z move at any point. Yeah. Okay, the lead worked out perfectly. I was just hoping to bait out the Scarf Lele, because most Leles on these teams are Scarfed. And yeah, it worked out. So I'm happy about that. And that is why Togedemaru is on this team. So thank you, Baz. Big brains plays right there. Yeah, Salamence goes in. Yeah, so this was just like a very big sweep in terms of like using fast offense. and really blowing through. But I was worried, obviously, if Necrozma hung on from that Hex, that could have been really bad. But Turbo was like the perfect turn for us, honestly. Just gonna Sword Stance in case it protects. Yeah, so we get the win here. So some fast-paced games. I mean, this one and the first one were pretty one-sided. Actually, all games were pretty one-sided. Like that second game, the only way for me to have really had a shot was knocking out the Palkia. I needed to make some better predictions under Trick Room, but it's just so hard to play. Like, you never feel confident under Trick Room if you're playing aggressively, because if your opponent just plays safe, then you get completely screwed, and even if you call correctly, you still have to stall out multiple turns with Trick Room, so that's the downside. I think I needed to play better to not let Trick Room go up, or at least punish it a little bit harder, and what I brought certainly didn't give me any options for just totally denying Trick Room, because Scarf Togedemaru sucks once Trick Room goes up, so Gengar as a lead would have been better, at least for sure, just to prevent switches. And for example, Trappy and Togekiss would have been really nice. So it was 100% a mistake not to bring Gengar in that second game. And then, I mean, once Trick Room went up, my opponent played phenomenally as well. Like, calling all those Hydro Pumps and just, like, nailing every single one of them was really impressive. So I need to play more aggressive with Mewtwo. There were two big opportunities where I had the opportunity to attack. And yeah, Palkia Hangya was unfortunate, but that was really to be expected anyway. So yeah. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed. I definitely want to play a couple more because we haven't had any like super close games yet. I feel like this team can be a little one-sided where games you either sweep through or your opponent kind of sweeps through. So yeah, thinking of playing at least one episode more with this. But let me know what other teams you guys want to see featured in the next couple of weeks. I think we're like 50 or 51 days away from Sword and Shield, so I hope you guys are getting hyped because I know I really am hyped and I'm really just counting down the days. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm actually going to be at the Atlantic City Regionals this weekend. It's my first tournament in pretty much over a year. I haven't really prepared for it at all, but I'm just going to kind of play in something again and see a bunch of people. So if you're there, definitely come up and say hello. Hope to meet some of you guys there. And if not, I'm sure I will see you guys in the Sword and Shield tournaments once that kicks around in January. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.